Another announcement in the National Day Rally was the latest key project in Singapore's transformation, the Greater Southern Waterfront. Comprising 30 kilometres of coastline from Gardens by the Bay East to Pasir Panjang, the waterfront area is double the size of Punggol and will include public and private housing. The Greater Southern Waterfront is just one of the iconic projects which PM Lee has spoken about over the years. Now be sure to have a look at ST's interactive graphics, which helps to visualize the areas of transformation involved in the key projects that have shaped Singapore. Now to tell us more, I have journalist Tee who worked on this with the interactive graphics team. Hi Tee. And
hi,
you are, this is your first time on...
yes, this is my first time on Big Story.
Nervous?
Yes, I'm okay, yeah.
Okay. Now, Tee, let's start off by taking a look at the behind the scenes of this interactive graphics. Right? Can you briefly describe to us the process? Because you had to do a research of 15 years worth of NDR speeches to put into the graphics. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so as you pointed out, the first step was going through each speech. And since the start of PM Lee's term, which was, I think, 2004 when he became Prime Minister. So from there, I compiled a list of the key projects. And after that, it was really about digging up all the information I could find about each project, when they were first announced, the significance behind each one, what is the current status, and so on. Yeah, and the sources I used, apart from the Straits Times own archives, I also combed through the past URA master plans, government announcements, and for history on some of the projects that kind of predate PM Lee's term, the National Archives.
Let's focus on the graphics itself. The main theme of it, of course, is on Singapore's physical transformation. Why and how did the team decide to go towards this trajectory?
So I think physical transformation is the most visible, tangible example of Singapore's change over decades. And in almost every National Day rally, there will be some mention of physical infrastructure and the process of building Singapore. And this year was no different. So PM Lee ended this year's rally with mention of building Singapore. And in some cases, PM Lee would go back to the same project after speaking about it in a previous year, like for example, Punggol. He showed this CGI fly-through of Punggol in 2007. And then last year, he showed this drone footage of the real thing. So many projects, there are so many projects, it can be hard to keep track of them all. So we thought it would be valuable to consolidate them and lay it all out in a way that was user-friendly, interactive. So I think the graphics team had a difficult job. Pull together all the visual resources and design it in a way that was exciting. So we thought a map would be a good way to have a broad picture, but also to show how some of the projects connect with each other. So for example, you can see how Jewel, the upcoming Terminal 5, and Changi East Air Base are all centralized in the Changi area. So we also wanted the experience to be friendly for people who use their phones, so mobile users. So we displayed it in a kind of easy to navigate, scrollable manner, kind of intuitive, and crunch all the info we had on the project into bite-sized pieces. To provide depth, there is an article section at the end. So if you want to read more, you can scroll down to the bottom.
The bottom
exactly.
As well. Okay, so Tee, because you worked on it, if you could tell us, which parts of the graphics is your favorite? Which key projects really stick out to you the most?
I think everyone's very excited about the 9,000 new housing units, but actually the project that interested me was the Pinnacle at Duxton, which PM Lee highlighted in the 2009 rally, as originally the site of one of the first public housing built. So he pointed out that the blocks that came out in 1963 during the elections, and it helped the PAP to win Tanjong Pagar because it showed voters, and I quote, what the PAP government could do. So without which history, of course, might have been very different, as PM Lee himself said. So today, obviously, the Pinnacle is again a first in public housing for different reasons. And the historical and continued political significance of public housing was very interesting for me, personally.
Right. So Pinnacle at Duxton is your favorite?
Yes.
But of course, there are other key projects as well that have been highlighted in the interactive graphics. Now again, if you'd like to check out the interactive graphics, you can visit our website at www.straitstimes.com. We also have a link to the interactive graphics there as well. So some of the key projects there that you can see would be Jewel, local pinnacle like Duxton, and then of course the greater southern Westgate as well, right, that PM Lee mentioned in his speech during the National Day Rally. So once again, Tee, thank you so much for coming on to the
Thanks,
show.
Arianto.
Our first time right here to have you on The Big Story. So earlier on, we spoke to, of course, Assistant Business Editor Joanna Xiao to tell us more about the tripartite that's helping to support older workers. And really, the takeaway is that even though the age has been increased, it does not necessarily mean that workers must work till then. They can still choose to retire earlier. It's just that, these measures are in place to protect them while they are working at that age. And then we also have Tee to tell us more about the interactive graphics that's on right now with regard to the key projects that have helped Singapore's transformation. So once again, those are our big stories. Those are our top stories for the day. I'm Haryanto. For more news and videos, do log on to our website at www.straitstimes.com. Join us tomorrow, same time, for more story on The Big Story.